Hello, this is Professor Williams to talk to you about APA format. Now, I have posted the template that you can use, and I really encourage you to use it to make sure that your papers are formatted correctly. But there's some other things that you have to know about. So let me just go through the whole paper, and that way you can see exactly what's supposed to go where, and you can learn about in-text citations and all those other things. So first of all, this is the cover page. Of course, the cover page does not count towards your content. So if it's at least 3 pages of material, this is obviously not going to count. But this cover page is formatted the same way, every time. And it starts with the title of your essay, which is in bold. Not quite at the top. It's kind of more or less halfway down. And you're going to bold that and then skip a space and then write your name, your school, which for you is Chandler Gilbert Community College, and then the name of the class, and then my name, and you can put Mrs. or Professor, whatever, and the year followed by the date. Okay. Then you're going to hit Control plus Enter to begin your essay because you want to make sure that it begins at the top of the next page. So I'm just going to show you what happens when I hit Control Enter. See, it automatically goes to the next page. But we want to undo that because I already have it there. At the top of the next page, and only on the first page of your content, should be, again, your title, the title of your essay. So you're going to have that in bold at the top of your page. Then you're going to begin, and centered as well. And then you're going to begin the essay. Notice how there's no extra spaces between anything. There's no extra spaces between paragraphs. There's no extra spaces anywhere, except when you get down here to the end, where again, you're going to hit Control Enter so that your reference page can begin on the next page. That's very, very important that you do it that way. References is the title. That is the title unless there's only one reference, then it would be reference. But you should not title it Works Cited or Bibliography or anything else other than references. So here is the reference listing. There is always an author. Always an author, okay? You never ever want to just skip the author. For my class, that's not how we do it, okay? I know that some other teachers teach a little bit differently, but I'm going to tell you there's always an author. So for example, this may not have a human, person named, but the University of Vermont definitely had a hand in writing this. So I just put the University of Vermont and then the name of the website, which was Landscape Change Program. Notice that the date or the year of publication comes after the name of the author. And then the name of the article, notice how it's in sentence caps. So sentence caps is just like you write a sentence. The only things that should be capitalized are the first letter of the first word and the first letter of any proper nouns associated with it, okay? And then you don't put retrieved from, you don't put a date that you retrieved it anymore. You don't need to do any of that. You just put the link to the article after that. Now, if it's a super long length, then you just put the link to the home page. Now, this skips some spaces here, but that's because your computer isn't going to split this up unless it absolutely has to. So it's going to default to coming on the next line, and that's fine. This is a book. Notice how T comes after S, but that's not how you alphabetize. When a title or anything starts with a the, you ignore the when you are alphabetizing. Also the word A or N. But anyway, this is the last name followed by the first initial. You do not put first names, you just put their first initial, followed by the year of publication. This is a book, so the title is italicized. And then the publisher name, and that's it. Super easy, super easy. And then here's another website. Now this one was tricky to find the year. So many students are just tempted to put N.D. That doesn't exist, okay? There's always going to be a date. So let me show you a date of publication. So let me show you how I found that here. So this is the article. You can see that it was written by Richard F. Weingroff, which is how we cited it. There is no year of publication here, okay? So we scroll down to the bottom of the page. And you'll see here that it was updated June 27th, 2017. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go with the 2017. Now let's say that there wasn't an updated date. Then we would go down to the very bottom of the website and we would look and see what year is posted. Sometimes they'll put a year down here. Most of the time they'll put a year down here. So you definitely want to look for that. But yeah, there should always be a year of publication. If there's not, it's probably not going to be really that credible anyway. So just be aware of that. So back to this one. Now you got to worry about in-text citations. It's very, very important that everything that is cited here on the reference page is also cited in the text of the essay. Okay, and they must correlate. They must correlate. So whatever's at the beginning here, that's what you need to cite. So let me show you what I mean. So see how Schlosser, 2001, boom. That's citing material right there. This is obviously a paraphrase because there are no direct quotes and you want to paraphrase as much as possible. Directly quoting all the time or the bulk of the time is just going to end up being incremental plagiarism because all you're doing is copying and pasting information from a source. Even though you are quoting or giving credit to the author, if you're just directly quoting everything, you're not really writing a paper. So it's better just to paraphrase as much as you can. It also helps your reader better understand the information because a lot of times there's like technical jargon and things like that that need to be explained. So it's better to paraphrase. So this has been paraphrased. Notice that at the end of the sentence, there's a space, and then the parenthesis, and then the last name, and then the comma, and then another space, and the year, and another parenthesis. And the end punctuation is on the outside of the parenthetical citation. Now, this kind of comes up sometimes where you have one author is cited in the article that you're citing. And so to do that, you want to cite the person or author who was cited in that article as well as the year if it's available. And then you say as cited in. So as cited in the University of Vermont 2011, and that correlates back down to our reference page. Boom, the University of Vermont right there. Okay. You know what? I just realized. U comes after S, doesn't it? So we're just gonna fix that right quick. There we go. All right, so we fixed that. So yeah, and then we have Weingroff 2017. We go back down. There it is, okay? Now, you might be thinking, well, how am I going to notice if you don't cite all your sources? Well, here's the thing. I do this little Control F thingy bob, and I'll look to see if you have cited the same way. So, yeah. And then if I find stuff within the text, so like Schlosser, let's make sure that's cited down on this reference. Yeah, there we go. So if you don't have correlating citations, then that's going to be a problem. That's really considered plagiarism, unfortunately. So you need to make sure that everything is cited correctly. You know, a lot of academic writing is very tedious because of this, but it is what it is. So it's what it is to show that you have done your research, and that you understand it, and that you're presenting it in a credible way to your reader. So the best things to do when you are writing an essay or you're researching an essay is to make sure that you take good notes. And we will talk about good notes soon, but for now, this is how you do APA format, and I hope this has been helpful.